Hey family, how you doing? It's Melissa Moonchild, and today I want to talk about the benefits of black seed oil for feminine health. It's the black cumin seed, and it is pressed until they get the oil out of it. We only use organic, cold pressed, non-GMO, of course. And black seed oil is one of the miracle healers, one of the miracle healing oils of this planet, one of our plant allies. It is said that even the Prophet Muhammad states in the Quran that it kills everything but death. It cures everything but death. And if you look up the studies, scientific modern day studies on black seed oil, you'll see that it is chock full of chemicals that are very beneficial for the body, that work together in a symphony. It's not a singular chemical in it or constituent. It is chock full of all kind of omega-3s, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and this oil penetrates all kinds of tissues in the body, down through the cell membranes, down through the nuclear membranes of the nucleus of the cell where all the DNA is stored, and actually repairs damage to DNA. So we're talking about new cells with new instructions to be stronger than the instructions were before the black seed oil showed up. We're talking about more elasticity in the tissues, more integrity in the skin and the organs. Also, it boosts the immune system. It regulates hormones. It gives all kind of wonderful chemicals that the brain needs to create hormones, all wonderful chemicals that the liver needs in order to get rid of the excess hormones and to rebuild those liver cells that go through so much detoxing the body. We're talking about brain and liver first because they help balance the hormones that are needed for feminine health. But specifically, when you apply, let's wait till this airplane passes. When you apply black seed oil directly into your feminine organs, specifically the vaginal canal, internally, when you put it on a cotton ball, I'll show you in a second, internally, then you can target the healing to directly that area, to rebalancing the vaginal canal moisture, the overproductive and overactive yeast and bacterial. We're talking about reoccurring bacterial vaginosis, reoccurring yeast infections, even herpes outbreaks, viral, fungal, and antibacterial. Black seed oil literally denatures the viruses, kills the bacteria, and denatures the yeast as well. But not only that, it stimulates the immune system to fight. It also rebuilds the tissues that literally get hurt from the chemicals that the bacteria have to give off. They literally break down your cell walls and the tissues. They make them weaker so that they can then invade and eat. So you got to rebuild those tissues. We feel that as burning and itching and irritation. So you got to rebuild those tissues. Black seed oil does that remarkably and gives immediate relief. So when you're having itching and burning and open sores, that's not a time to do yoni steaming, but it's definitely a time where you can take a cotton ball, organic cotton ball, completely non-GMO. And then what I've done in my product, this black seed oil, I dilute the black seed oil in completely organic, pure, all that good stuff, coconut oil. The thing is, you don't want to use black seed oil directly in your yoni. You have to dilute it a little bit. The rule of thumb for what you can and can't put in your yoni is, if you can't put it in your eye, you don't put it in your yoni. So just like the eye, your vaginal canal is self-cleaning and has a very specific pH and it's kind of delicate. So we dilute the black seed oil in coconut oil, and then I also add an herbal formula combination that was made popular and used and written about by an herbalist back in the day named John Christopher, an American herbalist who got this formula from Native Americans, and it is a formula that is specific for the feminine parts that are smooth muscle and have lots of estrogen receptors, hormone receptors, and nerves, and very specific pH. So these herbs are able to go into these specific tissues, dissolve mucus, detach those tendons and those fingerlings of tumors so that they can now dissolve and be let go of. It rebalances the pH. Immediate relief from pain and itching and inflammation. And so what you would do with this specific formula is you're gonna make sure, see the herbs settle on the bottom. I don't know if the video is catching that. So you want to shake it really good. If you live in a colder area or colder region, you can put the bottle in some warm water to dissolve it. Shake it good. Then you take your organic cotton ball and your clean hands and you saturate the cotton ball with the oil all over. Oops. I had a sister ask me, what about just inserting the oil directly into the vagina? And that would also bring relief. But the reason why we put it on the cotton first is so that you can have a slow release and a constant exposure to this oil. So now you see this cotton ball is saturated. And this is what you're going to insert into your vagina about the length of your middle finger. It doesn't need to go all the way up there. It can't get lost in there. If you want to make it easier to get it out, if you're not very familiar for fishing things out, you can tie a piece of dental floss around this so that when you insert it to get it out, all you would do is pull the dental floss out. And this little here piece of cotton right here, it's got some great healing components on it. Now, of course, you want to, if you have reoccurring issues with bacterial infections and candida and cysts, yeast, infertility, painful periods, this is a wonderful way of adding nutrition. This is a helper treatment. But you must also remember that nothing trumps diet. Nothing trumps a clean intestine. Nothing is more important than eating lots and lots of leafy greens and veggies and juices, fresh juices, green juices, and all the good supplements. Nothing is more important than having great nutrition with a clear flowing colon, meaning that everything comes out easily. And with each meal. There's lots of information about that on my website on the internal cleansing page, but I just want to stress that these things alone don't cut it. They'll give you immediate symptom relief, but if you want to get to the bottom of what's going on, you're going to need to clean out your intestine, do a good internal cleanse first, keep your diet up, plenty of water, lots of exercise, and even more important than diet, I would say what trumps everything, of course, is what you're doing with yourself. What are you eating energetically, and what are you letting go of? So if you are in an active infection and in an active stage of irritation, then what I would recommend is to use this every day. You're not going to leave it in you for more than 6 to 8 hours. So you put it, I recommend doing it either overnight or in the morning, and then you might want to wear a panty liner for any discharge that might be encouraged to come out. Any flushing the body is going to be encouraged to let go of what is stagnant and what does not belong and what is not life-giving. That's the instructions that are going to be fortified with this medicine. Let it go and make new that is stronger and better. So if you do have an active infection going on, then I would recommend doing this 4 days in a row. 4 days in a row, and then resting for 3 days. More than likely, if you're accompanying this with an internal cleanse, then before the end of the 4th day, whatever infection you have going on, the symptoms will be gone. But you want to keep up the treatment. After you rest for those next 3 days, do it again for another 4 days, just to make sure that you've got a really good balance going on. So let's say you've got a situation such as fibroids that is not really an active infection that's going to just go away or clear up quickly, then we're talking more about long-term use, and we're talking about internal cleansing. Definitely you have to have your diet on point. Then you're going to be doing stuff like this, like the black seed oil treatment, again, 4 nights in a row or 4 days in a row for the month. Every month. This is not, you can't overdose on this. When the body has more than it can absorb available for it, it just is not going to absorb any more of it. So you can't OD, you're not drinking it. Even though you can drink black seed oil undiluted, and it's very helpful, it tastes terrible, and it's best to do it on a stomach with lots of food so you don't keep burping it up. And you take very small amounts every day, and that's the pure black seed oil. But what I offer is blended specifically for vaginal insert, or aka suppository, into the vaginal canal. This helps with hemorrhoids. It helps with dry vagina. It helps with an overly wet vagina that's actually just trying to get rid of excess toxins. It works with infertility, warts, STDs. These are all functions of nutrition and immune functioning. If you don't have any issues, you're perfectly healthy, you just want maintenance and nutrition, then I would say this is a good thing to have, and to do at least once a month. Do a good preventative. It's like giving your yoni a good multivitamin and preventative dose for just your diet and the environment that we live in that's just bombarding us oftentimes with electromagnetic pollution and all kind of other pollution. So it can be easy to avoid these toxins, easy to flush them out, and then easy to nourish ourselves, learn the lessons from what it was to go through these things, to learn the actual level of nutrition that we need to be living at, and for radiant womb wellness, because radiant womb health is natural and our birthright. We live on a planet that has more than enough medicine, support, and love and nutrition than we need. So if this was helpful at all, please share this information. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Contact at lunarainbotanicals.com. Peace and love.